Hello, fellow cinema lovers, and welcome to Escape Through Movies. My name is Chance, and today we have Resident Evil, Death Island, and 4K UHD to review. I believe that the only way to get the 4K is in the Steelbook. That's the only way that I could find it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's a pretty cool Steelbook, so it's nothing special, but it's pretty cool, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. So Resident Evil is my favorite video game franchise of all time. I absolutely love Resident Evil. The games are so much fun. Just all the games are great for the most part. There's like one or two bad ones, but I really like the remakes they've been doing and everything about them. But unfortunately, the movies have never matched the games. They've never come close. The first movie series we got with Alice, where Alice isn't even a character in the games. And then when they finally do start to bring in characters from the games, they're butchered and they're minor roles and they're not in it a lot. And it's just disappointing. I grew up on those movies, so I can find some enjoyment out of them sometimes. It's just like a popcorn action flick, but with how much I love the games, it's just so disappointing. And that Welcome to Raccoon City was awful. I hated it. The way they made Leon out to be like this retard, and everything that they did in it was just like, come on. With Wesker not really being a bad guy in all this, but this one I actually enjoyed. It was like one of the only, probably the only Resident Evil movie that I could say felt like the games. And that partially is because it's animated, but also they did well with the characters. They stick to what the characters are. They didn't go making Leon some freaking guy that doesn't know what he's doing and just make him absolutely stupid. They stuck to the characters and who they are, and it felt like a game. It really did. The animation style wasn't my favorite, but other than that, I enjoyed it. I thought that it was fun and it was new. It was a new plot. It wasn't just something recycled from the games, but they still managed to make it feel like a game. And I got that enjoyment from it because of how much I like the games. So if you're a fan of the Resident Evil game franchise, I'd say that you should enjoy this. At least I did. It's not amazing, oh my gosh, that was so good. But it was enjoyable. And it was a continuation of a franchise that I've been a fan of for many, many years. So I am glad that they decided to release it. The villain wasn't really my favorite. They've done way cooler villains, and I don't understand where they were going with that, but it definitely could have been worse. What we've gotten in the movies has been pretty bad, so this is definitely better than the live-action Resident Evil movies. I will give it that. So it's enjoyable. If you're a fan of the franchise, I say check it out. Let's talk about the picture quality. The picture quality is great. I didn't have any complaints with the picture quality. Like I said, I don't like the animation style at all. It feels like a game, which when I'm watching a movie, I don't want it to look like the video game. So I wasn't a fan of that, but the picture quality is good. There's no problems with it. Everything looks good. The colors are all nice. Everything's detailed. Everything's pretty sharp. So I don't have any complaints with the picture quality, just with the animation style. But other than that, the picture quality is very solid. Audio quality, I was blown away. Usually animated movies, the picture quality is nothing special. They don't put a ton of effort into it. It's an animated movie. But this was better than a lot of live action movies. I'm serious. Some of your just big blockbuster action movies, this blew them away, some of them. It was so good, the audio quality. I don't understand why all of the animated movies, DC animated movies or some of the Disney and stuff, I don't understand why they can't have audio tracks like this. I get that some of them don't warrant it, but some of them certainly do. So I don't get why they can't all be done like that. I was blown away for an animated movie on how good the audio quality was. There was so much going on, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this really going on right now with an animated movie? I couldn't believe it. It was super loud. There was so much going on all my channels, and I was super surprised that an animated movie had this good of a soundtrack. So if you enjoy the Resident Evil franchise, I think that you should get enjoyment out of this, and I recommend picking it up. The picture quality was good, the audio's good, and the story's pretty good. Story-wise, I'd give it probably a 7 out of 10. Picture quality, I don't want to hold against it, the animation style, because while I don't like that, the picture quality is solid. So I'd give it a 9 out of 10. And then the audio is a 10. It's great, especially for it being an animated movie. You just can't not give it a 10. So I recommend picking this up if you're a fan of the Resident Evil franchise. For sure, it's definitely worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I have plenty more videos coming this week. I will see you then.